Welcome to another episode of Cool Stuff I Get in the Mail. This time, Jean-Luc opened the box before I got home, so I already know what's in the box this time. This is something that a company offered to send to me, an advanced instant cold brew for better taste. From Pookin. Again, disclaimer, when you're opening boxes at home, don't use knives. I just happen to have a lot of knives at the bar. I sort of missed the tape on that one. All right, opening this up. What the heck? Normally when I look at something, I know intrinsically a little bit about how it works. Looking at this, I mean, I know what I'm looking at. I know it's supposed to make cold brew coffee. That's the power. It's powered through a USB-C port that you need a little brick to plug into the wall, and then I'll figure out what these are later. They look kind of like extra parts. And then this is the main thing. This is the thing that's confusing. I can't tell by looking at it how it's supposed to work. I mean, I'm assuming the water goes in one chamber and the coffee, the ground coffee, goes in a separate chamber. And looking at the top, there are these different buttons that I guess you use to program different timing and stuff like that. There's this little sticker that I really want to peel off. It's one of my favorite things about getting stuff in the mail is like taking all of the laminate and stickers and the extra plastic off. There we go. We got it. All right, and then these are the instructions. You already know what I'm gonna do with those. All right, and open this up. So this actually, it looks like it comes, the main piece comes in about 4 or 5 different pieces. I hit my watch on the way in there. I thought I was about to break this. Actually, surprisingly, it does feel pretty sturdy. It feels kind of like like a beaker that you would have in science class. So that's that right there. That is probably just a water basin. And then this is, I am imagining where the magic happens. And then there's this, which I guess is where the power is supposed to go in. And I'm pretty sure I broke it just then. I don't think that side is supposed to come all the way off. I'm gonna try and put it back in. I'm gonna try my best, but that's the USB-C port. That's where the power goes into the thing. And yeah, there we go, that's it. That's fixed, we'll call that fixed. So there's a filter on this side, and then if you can unscrew these chambers from one another. So this actually comes in 3 different pieces. That glass piece actually doesn't have a bottom or a top. That's a fine mesh filter, and then there's another filter on the bottom. So I gotta believe the coffee goes in one of those 2 things. And then I think maybe water goes on top, and maybe the top piece is some kind of pump. Let's put this all back together. Look at these buttons again. The buttons aren't automatically labeled. I have, since I recorded this, I did plug it in. The buttons light up once it actually has power, and they are for actually programming the machine. But let's look at these spare parts that they sent. Open this up. So there's this rubber thing, which at first I thought maybe was supposed to go on top as like a lid, and I realized that was silly. That's obviously not what that's for. And so I looked at it a little bit closer. It's to seal this basin, which I guess becomes the serving vessel for the cold brew coffee when you're done also. That's what it's for. I also didn't notice before, it has these little measurements right there, which I'm not super duper sure what those are for. We'll figure that out later. But here we are, the 2 extra filters. I don't know if they have like a different porosity from the filters that come in the machine already, or if they're just replacement parts. But let's put everything back together. Everything fits just really snug. These aren't really instructions. These are just extra recipes for certain things. And the last recipe in there is an actual recipe for just regular cold brew with instructions for using using this machine specifically. So I'll probably take a deeper look at that at some point. I do also have a coffee grinder. It's just not at the bar, it's in the kitchen. So yeah, get that out of the way. Definitely one of the coolest things I've gotten in the mail. Thank you, Pookin, for sending this to me.